all, welcome back to our channel. Today we have an exciting topic to discuss that will surely make your life as a ServiceNow developer a whole lot easier. We are going to introduce you to the magical world of isValidEncodedQuery method. So grab your favorite drink, sit back and let's dive into it. But before we jump into the details, let's take a moment to understand why this method is so important. As you may know, ServiceNow is a powerful platform that allows you to automate and streamline your business process and to work around a lot of data, right? And one of the key aspects of ServiceNow is working with queries to retrieve and manipulate data. Now, imagine a scenario where you receive user input through anything, okay? And you need to validate and process that input to perform a query to your database. This is where the isValidQuery method comes in to your rescue. It's a built-in function that enables you to validate the provided query, string efficiently. The isValidEncodedQuery methods allowed you to check if a query string is correctly encoded according to ServiceNow query standards. It ensures that your query are secure, preventing an unexpected behavior or potential security vulnerability. You can consider it's like having a trusted gatekeeper to your data's access. So without wasting any further time, let's jump onto the system. So as you can see on my screen, this is my personal development instance. And for this particular example, let's do one thing. We'll go to the task.list. So consider a scenario that I want to update all the tasks for incident. For the incident we want to update. So, and the criteria may be different, but for ease of understanding, I'm doing this. So what I will do, I will just put the filter condition first. If you want to do wire task, so I can do type, which is nothing but sysclass name. Type to incident, and let's do one more thing, and active is true. And if I run this query out, so how many records it returns? It returns 46 records. Let's work on this record. So I will just do some cheating, or shortcuts, using SNUtils. So what I will do, I'll just go over here and I will do background script on the list view. And boom, we got the code for it. And here what we'll do, we will remove the set limit once, because we want to see all the records, how exactly it is behaving. And also I will not go with a while for now, just to save the performance, and we will simply do js.info. js.info, and I can make it to record count, which is plus list dot get row count. Perfect, right? And let's try to run it out. So if I run the script, we are getting 46 records. That's completely perfect. Now let's do one thing. Let's mess around the encoded query. So I will just add sysclass name, make query invalid. Now if we add this, you know that this query is not making any sense now, because there is no column with the name sysclass name make query invalid, right? So ideally it should return 0 records now. That's our expectation, right? Let's see and run this again. So if I go down to see how many records are there, so we can see 33441. We were expecting 0, but it's giving all the records to us. Isn't it strange, right? So what exactly it's doing? Let's try to figure it out. So what I will do, I will just copy this query and try to put the same on our list view, just to see what all data is coming over there. So I will just go to the list view, again SNUtils, I'll just double click over here and I can add the filter condition. Let's just put the filter condition over here. I click OK. And let's see how many records it's showing on the list to you. Ow. So you can see the query has been formulated over here. Sysclass name make query invalid. Okay, incident, which is wrong query, active equal to true. And we can see 33,441 record. Oh, this is my issue. Why? Because it's not whenever the query is invalid. Actually, it throws all the record to you. Okay. Yeah, I know you are also not impressed with this. So how we can avoid this thing out, right? You must be thinking about that. So for that, you can avoid this thing by enabling a plug system property with the name. I will just go P and I will P stand for property on the SNUTs. Okay. And I will just try to search for this particular property, and by default it should be false, but it's not present only. Okay, if it's not present, you can create your own. So I will just click new. I will just paste this particular name. Is glide invalid query. If what it said, if it's an invalid query, return no rows. Okay, and we will make it to true, and we will submit it out. So we have submitted, made it true. Now let's go jump back to our background script. Okay, so if I run this again, let's see the difference. So I ran it out. Okay, and if we scroll down, so now you can see script record count is 0. That means now it's not returning all the records out. Let's verify the same on the list view also. Okay, so I will go up. I'll just copy this query out. Says I will just disable this out, and I will just copy. Come on. Copy this out. And we will go jump back to this. Oh, it's coming again and again. Jump this, and we'll go to history. And in history, we will go to the task. Let's try to put this query now. Okay. So I will just put the same screwed up query, and let's see. Now it's not returning any record. Okay. SysID is not valid. Okay. So it's not returning any record with this query, which is perfectly what we expect, right? Now let's go further. Let's go somewhat further. So there's also one function to rescue it out, because if you see, if this particular property is disabled, okay, and you want to see if certain query is invalid, okay, or if you want to throw certain exceptions around the same, so how you can do that. So for that, we have a function. So what I will do, I will just put this query as a different entity, Control X, and just go over here, variable query equal to, let's put this string 1. Okay. Sorry, it's already been there in the inverted comma, right? So I'll just remove this out and 1. So this is a query, and before adding it to encoded query, what we can do, if list dot is valid encoded query. So this is a function, okay, which a lot of people are not aware about. What exactly it does, it looks into the client record, it looks into the query, which we will be passing. So I will be passing this query, right? And it will check whether this particular query is valid or not. Okay. And if it's valid, then it will return true. If it's not, then it will return false. Okay. So what I will do, I will just copy this out. Control X, I'll paste it over here. So if it's a valid query, okay, then what we have to do, I will add it as a query, okay, and let's go with the row count. If it's not, then we want it to go to else, and there we can throw an exception. Okay, let's give the exception. Hey bro, the query you have provided is invalid. Perfect, right? Okay, let's try and see now what happens with this invalid query. So if I run this out, so, and let's try to get this message. If we get this message, Control F. Hey, so it's not coming over here. Here you can see Mozilla JavaScript exception. So exception got thrown. Okay, which says, hey bro, the query you have provided is invalid. On which particular line? Line number 9. Perfect, right? On line number 9, we are throwing the exception. This is how you should code. Okay, this is how the coding should be there. This is also not the perfect one. Let's catch this particular exception now. Okay, so how to catch it out? So what you can do, you can do try. In try, you can add this code out. Control X. Okay, so what we are doing, we are trying it out. Okay, we are trying this thing out, and if it's not working, okay, if it throws exception, if there is any exception, which we are doing on line number, now it turned out to be 13. So if it's exception, then we have to catch it out. So how you can do catch, and in catch you have to type the exception, which is EX. You can give anything, and now you can play around this exception whenever you get this exception out. So how you can simply do what we are gs.info. We can give we got an exception with details as colon, and then you can simply add plus X, right? Now if we run it out, so we will not get those many logs. Okay, so we got that particular script, we are getting this one. We got an exception with detail. Hey bro, the query you have provided is invalid. Okay, which we are passing over here. So this is how you should code. Okay, always try to validate the query. Okay, because if your query is not valid, okay, it may screw up all the records. Okay, instead of a bunch of subset of records, and it's a huge blunder. Okay, so this is all for today's tutorial. I didn't update it out, okay, because everyone knows how to update the records, right? The main thing what I want to show, I've already forecasted it over there. So this is all for today's tutorial. I hope you like it out. Okay, if you like it out, please subscribe to my channel so that you will get notified with my upcoming videos. Till then, stay safe, stay happy, and have a nice day. Thank you.